The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everybody, welcome to this live webinar for Cubeet customers. So now let's firstly talk about what the Cubeet application really is. So what it is in simple terms, a conversion optimization, conversion maximization technology. So what that means is its main goal is to prevent people from coming to a website and then leaving within a short period of time, generally 10 to 15 seconds. So what we like to call in this industry is, it's called bounce rate. Bounce rate is basically where if you go into a website like Cubeet here, right now, people will land on a website like this and then they will leave this website within the first 10 to 15 seconds. And 95% of people leave without even checking out or even scrolling down on a website. They just land and they leave. And so the idea with Cubeet here is you'll have something like this, if you will here, an animation system here where somebody can click and automatically you can do video calls, audio calls, and text messaging with that agent. Now, the cool part about this is that it allows people to stop and interact with you. If you're in the engagement industry right now, engagement is a new currency. If I get the highest number of engagement, I'll make the most amount of money these days. So if I prevent even a small percentage, maybe 5%, 10% of people who are leaving my website to click on that button and then interact via video, audio, or text, that person will buy from me. Right? And that means that basically a business that's making, say, $10,000 a month will make $20,000 a month right out of the gate just for this little optimization. If you're making $0 a month, you could be making some decent chunk of change because of the fact that people who are leaving, they're actually coming in and actually buying something because of the interactivity, correct? So that's the goal of it. So if you click on, say, text messaging, you can actually collect the email list and all that stuff through integrations. You can also do text messaging, SMS messaging system and all that stuff with this. And it's a really, really cool way to basically engage and increase your conversions. And that's the fastest way to be able to do so, right? And now, so what I'm going to do now is, here we go, right? So this is the Cubeet application. On the top, where we begin is you can start off with a template section, and then you can go from that process. And then you can also do some tweaking and modifications and all that stuff. So let's say we want to do, let's see here. Okay, so we want to do take your order, right? This is for a restaurant business or something like that. So as you can see here, we open it up and we have to the left, you have text, image, video, shapes. You can add your own video here in the background. You can change this video if you wish. You can change this button URL here and all that stuff. And these can be embedded into any website, any blog, any affiliate offer, any landing page, anywhere you desire, basically. Super easy, super fun, right, to do. If you want to change this 50% discount to, say, 70%, you can change it on the fly here, and all the elements will be like so. Now, this is for basically you have stickers, gestures, slogans, products. You can even sell products. You can add emojis, right? Animated emojis like this right here, right? You see this, you can do that too. Pretty interesting. And then you also have the GIF integration, so you can add these GIFs like this, right? And of course, if you're not happy, you can stretch it down a little bit and put it down here or here, wherever you want, right? So you can delete it. If you're not happy with it, go to the top right and click on the delete button and you're good to go. Then you have the engagement tab here to the left. You see these are the tabs I'm going through to the left here. And then this is basically where you can add questions, you can add inquiries, you can add surveys, you could add, for example, as you can see, all these things, okay? So I can delete it for you just so you understand. So basically you can add all these elements, interactivity elements that you can embed into your website, blog, landing page, that sort of thing. And you can even do surveys, presenter, contact us, request a callback, social media integrations, conversations, video calls, feedback. You can also do a chat widget, live chat, and that kind of thing. You can add all these elements to this that you're embedding on your website, right? Pretty powerful. Now, when you're happy with it, you can preview. This is how the preview looks like, or you can export this, okay? And when you export this flow, okay, this will automatically get pushed over in here. You see this new flow, whatever. And if I edit this, say, let's say I embedded this in the website, like I'll show you. If I click, you see this person, I don't like her. I want to change her to somebody else. I can do it dynamically here by clicking on the edit button here, and any changes I make and save will automatically get updated on the website too. So I don't have to manually go and redo the whole template and go and modify the embed code and all that stuff. Once you have it it's going to be changed retroactively on the fly. Okay. Now you also have something called cards, which is basically where you can add PayPal buttons, Patreon, blog links, Amazon order buttons, and all that good stuff. Now, this is basically Cubeet in a nutshell. You can add flows as well, basically, where if you go back, once you click on the export flow, you'll see that you can schedule stuff, right? Flow schedules, as you can see here. You can also go in and check your audience, how many people have gone through this flow, how many conversions did you get, how many sales did you get, how many contacts did you add, and all that stuff. You also have, as you can see, the embed code. You can create that widget using the existing system that I just showed you, where you can just basically get that widget through and add them into multiple websites. You also have the integration section where you can integrate this to different autoresponder services and that kind of thing. Even with Twilio, you can do the SMS messaging system and all that stuff. Klaviyo is for e-commerce, for example. The beautiful part about this is when you connect it, everything is retroactively modified and everything is retroactively connected without any loss of leads or anything like that. So when you connect it through APIs that is integrated, automatically you can start doing SMS messages with Twilio. Automatically you can start sending emails with MailChimp, for example, and that sort of thing. And it's all automated. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is if we go back into my projects and that sort of thing, right? So if you go in here and you go to overview here, right? This is the new flow, right? Let's click on this flow here. I want to show you something here and I want to explain to you. So this is interactivity, right? But don't you agree with me? The biggest problem that you will probably face with this is lack of traffic, right? You need people to visit a page for them to navigate through this to be able to get results, correct? So that is a big problem. And today, if you were to spend $100 a day or something like that on, for example, Facebook ads or something like that, Google ads or YouTube ads or something, and you spend $100 today and you made 0 sales, 0 conversions or 0 leads, then it's not like Facebook or Google is going to be like, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Here you go. You're going to give you back your $100 you spent today, right? Not the case, because they don't care. It's just nothing for them, $100. There are bigger companies spending millions of dollars every month, some even a day. So that's why you got to understand that they don't care about it. So we want to get free traffic so that we can test if this engagement system will actually work. So what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you a quick, easy, fast way to get free traffic, at least, right, 100 to 150 visitors per day from Google and Facebook and some of these other platforms, get top rankings in Google automatically. And then you get these 100 150 visitors daily for one campaign, meaning you can set up unlimited campaigns, unlimited products and all that stuff, right? So that means with this, you could potentially be getting thousands of free visitors every single day from premium platforms like Google and Facebook and that sort of thing. So just by copying what I'm teaching you, immediately you can start getting results simply with this process that I've outlined. Why? Because traffic is solved, right? And that's what I want to talk to you about, because without traffic, you literally, right, there's no way for you to succeed, because think of it this way, because of the fact that you not getting traffic, no matter, even if your conversion rate improves by double, if you're getting 0 leads, it's not going to help you get double 0, right? So on the other hand, if you keep getting consistent traffic, then you can do all these optimizations properly. So that's what I'm going to be talking about, how to get free traffic, what products to sell. That's another big one. So right, products or services, what do you sell, right? That will get the highest ROI for you this holiday season specifically. And then I'll also show you specifically how you can immediately start using some cool strategies to get results. So basically, I'm going to show you how you can multiply your results, multiply your sales using certain automations and certain trends that have come about, like metaverse. This is pretty hot right now, like metaverse, right? How can we leverage that in the early stages, for example, and stuff like that? I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be talking to you about this in greater detail, step by step, so that you have an action plan to follow. Now, when I say stuff like this, it sounds great in theory, but does it work in practical life? Well, that's why I want to show you this. This is my actual PayPal account, as you can see here. I'm not saying this to brag or anything, but just show you what's possible if you commit to yourself and focus on traffic and getting quality targeted traffic, okay? It's not about getting millions of untargeted visitors. So this is a real PayPal account, not a fake screenshot or something. Let's go down here and let me show you for 2020 here, okay? This account made $2,855,833 in 2020. Now let's talk about this year. Who cares about last year? 2021 so far, right? It made $3,283,448, right? As you can see, there's a real account. I can toggle around and all that. It's not a fake screenshot that somebody can Photoshop. So we've already made over 20% of last year. And in fact, it's going to be a lot more in the next couple of weeks for the holiday season and all that stuff that's happening. We're going to do a ton of sales on this because holiday season is the hottest season where people buy stuff, right? So what I'm talking about is what I teach, and what I'm going to be teaching you step by step works. And it's been working for me for a while now. I've been doing this business for over 14 years. It's just one of my accounts, by the way. I have 2 other accounts with partnerships that I have, and also have Stripe and other places we take payments, right? Outside of PayPal, that's more than this. So easily, we are probably, we made last year 10 million. We're going to do more than that this year. So my team and I, that's the key focus I want you to look into, which is you got to keep growing every year. You did 10 million last year, you got to do more than that this year. That's the best way to keep surviving in this online world, right? And it's very doable if you follow the principles, that is, which is basically getting targeted traffic and showing them a product that they would have bought anyways. You just have to position it to them because they're already interested in that product, right? So that's what I'm going to get into detail, because Cubeet is going to work perfectly if you get traffic and if you have a proper product to send that traffic to, right? Or service, if you will. And I'm going to get into that step-by-step details and some trends, latest trends that Google, Facebook, and these companies are offering to you that you can leverage and grow and really take your business to the next level, okay? Now, the key thing that I want you to pay attention to here, if you go back to the Cubeet application, I don't want you to get overwhelmed here, okay? One of the key problems people get is overwhelmed, which is you get into becoming an expert of this application, but not becoming an expert at actually getting results. You see, my goal is not to talk about this blob here, right? This blob, what are the benefits of this blob, right? That's a feature. That's nothing. There's no value in me talking about this feature. But if I showed you, okay, this is how you get results, this is what you need to do, then you're good to go, right? You don't have to follow through all these buttons and do stuff that may not even be required for you. That's the key thing. It's not about understanding how to use a pattern or a slogan or a blob or whatever. It's about knowing exactly what you need to do to get results. That's what I'm going to be talking about today, okay? Specifically everything about getting results. How do you get sales? How do you get traffic? How do you basically increase your conversions with Cubeet, added into that mix, and all the other good stuff, okay? Some latest trends that are working right now as we speak. Now, I'm going to give you all the technologies that you need to make this happen. I'm going to give you all the tools and everything. I'm even going to have myself and my team work with you one-on-one on Skype, where we'll get on a call with you every step of the way and walk you through on how to succeed with this. It's almost having your own mentor working with you and basically dedicated to succeed. And you only pay us if you make a profit. If not, I don't want a single penny. Let me repeat that again. I'm going to give you all the tools, the resources, the technologies and everything to get the traffic you need, get the products you need, get the sales you need this holiday season and beyond, how to set up a full business. And on top of that, I'll also have myself and my team specifically sit with you one-on-one personally, and we can get on a call with you, chat with you, do a screen share with you, whatever works, one-on-one. If it's 30 minutes every day, that's what we're going to do, 30 minutes every single day, to ensure that you are motivated and you keep succeeding every step of the way. Now, in the middle of those process, if you don't get a profit, we don't want a single penny. We don't deserve a single penny, okay? So at least you have a peace of mind here and you can follow along with what I'm teaching you and get to the next level, okay? Let's do that step by step. Let me show you how you get traffic, how do you get more sales with your Cubeet widgets and the landing page you build and all that good stuff. The only way to succeed, okay, whether it is online, offline, or whatever, in a fast way, in a consistent way, in a predictable way, is very simple. Take every advantage that you have in your disposal, right? Every single advantage that you have in your disposal. What do I mean by that? It's basically where sometimes opportunities open up, right? And they open up for the most weirdest reasons. And when they do, you got to take advantage of them. So for example, one of the opportunities, for instance, is this. The opening of something called a Facebook shop, okay? A Facebook shop, just so you understand, just got opened up about a few months ago, and Mark Zuckerberg himself coded it. Now, the idea is, because of the pandemic and so many businesses struggling offline, what happened was that a lot of these offline businesses wanted to get online, but they were struggling, right? They didn't know how to do it. So Facebook and Google, and I'll show you some of the platforms, they've actually went in and they opened up this opportunity for everybody, including you, so that you can actually list any amount of products you have, even the products you want to give away, whatever it is, into these platforms for free. Same thing with Google. Let me repeat that again. you can have top rankings on Google for free within a few hours, not days, not months, literally in a few hours, and they're permanently in there for free. Now, Google calls it Google Shops, but Facebook calls it Facebook Shops. But at the end of the day, it's top rankings on Facebook and Google when people are interested in certain products, right? And that means you can be up here today, and I'm going to show you how to do this today, step by step. So that way you have nothing ambiguous. You know exactly how to do it, how to succeed. What do I mean by that? Let's check out in Google right now. We have Gerbera self-adhesive wallpapers, right? This is, for example, right here, as you can imagine, a very normal generic product, right? Which is wallpapers for our home. Now check this out. You have Amazon and all that stuff in the listings there, but right on the top, you have Walmart, Wayfair, Wish, Etsy, big brands, but GoWets.com. The first ranking there, GoWets.com. What if you're GoWets.com? Do you see yourself where it's been proven, by the way, that at the end of the day, right, if you're in the top 3 listings of Google, you're going to be actually getting 85% of all the free traffic. So in this case, GoWets.com is the top ranking. So they're getting about 60 to 70% of all the traffic. Now, I don't mean that this traffic is going to be millions of visitors a day. It's going to be about 40 visitors a day or so, roughly, right? 30 to 40 visitors a day. But they're very targeted, right? They're interested in this particular product, and they will go buy this product if they see this product, right? And that is the beauty here. And you can do this literally overnight. You could have it by tomorrow, and you could be GoWets.com here. All you need to figure out is how do you get the product, and also follow a process that I'm going to be showing you to make this happen. Do you see how powerful this is? Because if I show you how to do this thousands of times, tens of thousands of times, or even millions of times, don't you see how it can add up, right? Because if every product can get 40 buyers a day or 20 buyers a day or whatever, it's targeted people, right? It adds up very, very quickly. Now, the same equation, let's go a step deeper here. This is foam puppets. It's basically toys for kids. This is a Dari's 3D activity bug foam puppet. So to the left, it's their home page, which is their actual main website, right? Now, to the left, you have Amazon, as expected. Now, to your right, okay, pay attention to this part right here. Again, you see this to the right. It's eBay, Walmart, and the last listing there is Discount Bandit. What if you are Discount Bandit? And what if you can be up there for free forever, permanent? It's not free for a couple of days, free for a week. No, free forever. What if you can be there? You can be a Discount Bandit here. How many sales would you expect to get doing this exact process, right? And again, the beauty here is it's free forever, and everybody's going to be grandfathered in. In a year from now, we don't know if that's going to be the case, but whoever is going to do this process I'm going to teach you today, you can be there permanently, okay? Now, this is extremely powerful for this one reason alone. It can apply for any product. Here's an example of a gaming headset, right? It's a Dream Gear gaming headset. I talked about headsets and you know how important they are for gaming and all that stuff going in. We can go into big discussion on it, but simply speaking, to the right here, right, you have eBay, Newegg, eBay, but the middle one there is Arsenal PC. What if you're Arsenal PC here, right? What if you're Arsenal PC? And you can do this where Google is marketing you, Google is giving you all the traffic you'll ever need, and Google is getting you all the customers you'll ever need. And the beauty is the traffic is hitting your website or wherever you decide to go. It's not something where you don't have control over the traffic, right? Imagine Amazon, for example, you're competing with 50 other people, and then Amazon controls where the customer goes, what they do. Here, it goes straight to your website, your pages, wherever you decide them to go to. And that means you can collect a subscriber list, you can run any kind of campaigns, you can build lists, you can do whatever you want here because the traffic is, or retarget them, for example, which is more powerful than ever before. And it's going to allow you to immediately start getting results. Now, this is important because this was not available before the COVID pandemic came. This is something brand new. And why did they do it? It's because they see the future is in new businesses coming into Google, new businesses coming into Facebook, right? They don't care about a Walmart or an Amazon because those businesses are already established. They want new businesses to come in because tomorrow they might spend more money with the platform, right? The same way, for example, here's Facebook Shops, right? They will spend money with the platform, they get initial sales. Like, what do I mean by that? Well, if you can get 20 sales per day, right, with this Facebook Shops, which is very doable, or Google, then if you want to get 200 or 2,000 sales a day, obviously you're going to spend some money with advertising, right? That's what they're looking at. They want to give you that initial 10 to 20 sales per day to get up and running, because then you're incentivized to go in and take advantage of this whole process, right? Very, very powerful. And the beauty with this is you can begin right away. There is no big approvals or anything like that. It's not like a Facebook ads account or Google ads account where your chances of getting disapproved is by a human being reviewing you. Even if you get disapproved, you can just reapply again after a few minutes and a robot behind the scenes will apply. They just need it in a certain format. I'll talk about what format that is. And once you do this, it's good to go. And the beauty with this process, and this is making it so powerful, is that you can do it across millions of products, not just 10, 20, or a limited amount, millions. Now, here's an example of a Facebook shop I was telling you about, right? Here's an example. So here, this is a sunglasses Facebook shop, right? As you can see here, selling sunglasses and all that stuff. And now, if you can carefully see here, as I'm scrolling down, the beauty with this is the traffic goes to your website, your page, okay? Whatever page you decide to have it go. That means you probably know, right? The initial traffic, initial sales is the most hardest part for any industry or any niche, right? When you get that initial traffic, to retarget them, meaning spend $5 a day with Facebook or Google or whatever to just market to the people who already shown interest in that product, is much more easier, right? It's cheaper too. As an instance, a lot of people talk about Facebook advertising, Google advertising or YouTube advertising, and you've probably seen a lot of videos on it, courses on it for $2,000, $3,000. The problem is, even in the case like the sunglasses here, for example, or whatever, right? The problem, as you can imagine, is that if you spend, let's say $100 today, right? $100 to spend traffic, to get traffic from Facebook or even Google or whatever, and you spend it and then you didn't get a single sale, right? Do you think that Facebook is going to give you that $100 back? They're going to say, oh, sorry, you lost that $100. I'm so sorry. Type in yes or no in the chat box. Would you think Facebook is going to give you back that $100? Or let's say $200 or $300 or even $500 that you spend with Google or Facebook? No, right? They don't care. I mean, they have people spending millions of dollars every single month. So it's like you going in and losing $100 or $200 or $300. Even, for example, you spent $1,000 and you made $0. They're not going to even care, right? Now, this is important for you to understand because, see, it's not just about the money, right? It's about the confidence, right? If you spend $300 or $500 and you've not made a single sale or didn't make a single penny in revenue, I'm not even talking about profit, I'm just saying revenue, right? Then you lose actual confidence in yourself. You lose confidence in the ability to try new things, right? It's just an emotional thing. So you give up, right? And it's a human thing. I would do it too. Like if I tried something, I spent $300 or $500 and then I didn't make a single sale, I'm just going to give up on it because what's the point throwing more money at a losing proposition, right? It makes no sense. So because of this fact, don't you think it's much smarter initially get that first, let's say 10 sales or 20 sales with decent markups? Let's say you're making a profit about maybe $200, $300 a day or something like that. And then after that, spend that $200 profit that you're making into advertising. Then that means it's on the house's money, right? That means you spend that $200, experiment, and then maybe some of them will work well, some of them will not work well, but you're not wasting your own money to do so, right? This is how successful people think, right? People will take every advantage that they can get, and especially if it's legal and ethical, like so, because of COVID-19, the pandemic, Facebook, Google, and some other platforms I'll get to in just a second, they've opened up an opportunity for every business to have an equal footing, right? And get equal rankings and equal exposure into their platforms. In the future, they will remove it because as saturation creeps in. Right now, there's no saturation, but as saturation creeps in, where more people are doing it, let's say millions of businesses come in over the next year, then obviously they're going to shut it down and say, hey, it's going to cost you money to do this, right? But now it's free. So isn't it in your best interest to take advantage of it right now while it's free than to actually make a mess of it and then come back a year later or whatever and then lose out an opportunity where you had the greatest possible potential to get all the traffic and free buyers you'll ever need, correct? So now the beauty with this process, okay, and what makes it so powerful is not the fact that, yeah, it's a product or that you can give away, or the fact that you can actually, for instance, sell them and get all the traffic, but it's a question of control, right? With Amazon, for instance, right, you probably know this. With Amazon, you cannot list some of these products. They say it's something called Amazon gating, right? You cannot sell a Ray-Ban sunglasses. You cannot sell Gillette, for example, razor blades. These are all branded products. There's something called gating, meaning that you got to get official response. You got to spend some $5,000 or something to get approval. And even then, there's no guarantee you're going to get approval. And then you don't even get the customers with Amazon. Here, you get full control. You get it in the traffic in your website, you get traffic and sales, and you keep all the customer data, right? Same thing with eBay. A lot of people don't know this, but eBay is the second biggest e-commerce website in the US and also one of the top 5 in the world, right? Now here, let me search for Earthway, right? And this is actually it's salt spreader in the winter and a fertilizer spreader in the summer, right? So it's a home gardening and that sort of a product. Check this out. 111 units sold right here at $129.99 the last week or so. What if I gave you this exact product, okay? The exact product at about 50% markup, meaning it's about wholesale price about $60 or so, and I'll just give it to you. Do you see yourself making maybe a few sales a week doing this? Just with one product. I'm not talking about millions of other products, just maybe this one product. Because it's a branded product, right? Scott's, for example, fertilizer spreader, very well-known brand. So the beauty here with this process that I'm going to be outlining for you is you can do it in cross platforms, not just Facebook or not rely on just Google, because see, a lot of people rely on one source and they make a mistake where that one source, let's say it dies, then they give up, right? That source died and they give up. They don't know what to do next. They're stuck and then they give up, right? Here, you don't care. If tomorrow Google changes something, Facebook is going to get you sales. If Facebook changes something, eBay is going to get you the sales. And the beauty with this process is that eBay, for instance, they want to beat Amazon, right? Just like Google or Facebook, they want to beat Amazon. So they allow you to list for free, okay, about 200 listings or so per month. They allow you to list for free any amount of products, and then they will only charge you after the sale is made, like something like a 3% or something. And then once you get the payment in your PayPal account, literally you can export the customer data and market them more stuff. Now, let's go a step further in line with trying to diversify our income streams, right? Walmart.com, right? The beauty is Walmart is the fastest growing e-commerce platform in the world right now. Fastest growing, okay? And they spend billions of dollars in their e-commerce profile. Now you go to Walmart.com, you see this. This is, again, a fertilizer spreader, right? For summer and a salt spreader in the winter. You see sold and shipped by Walmart, right? A similar product to this in Walmart.com, check this out. Sold and shipped by East Coast Hardware, right? You could be East Coast Hardware here, okay? And it doesn't cost you a single penny to be East Coast Hardware in this case. Or in the bottom, you have something called Product Direct. You can be Product Direct too. Doesn't matter. The pricing is irrelevant. The beauty here that you have to understand, okay, and that's very critical for you to understand this process, is that Walmart, just so you understand, just about a few years ago, I had to approach a Walmart executive for 4 months to sell some headphones, right? We created a headphones brand and we wanted to do, and they said, they cannot accept that product because they have limited shelf space. They only allow 2 types of headphones in their shelf space. They cannot allow a third competitor because they don't have the shelf space, right? So after 4 months of work, it got rejected. Here, they have unlimited warehouses, right? So that means at the end of the day, because basically at the end of the day, it's not Walmart's warehouse, right? It's somebody else's warehouse or some other supplier. They just have unlimited space in their website, right? They could potentially have billions of products. They could have the whole world's products here if we wish, right? And the beauty with this process is you can do it, and Walmart is not going to cost you a single penny to do this, and they're going to only charge a small fee after the sale is made, meaning it doesn't cost you a single penny to be listed here. And that means after the sale is made, Walmart gives you all the customer data as well, so you can market them more products. So somebody's interested in, for example, a salt spreader or home gardening stuff, they will definitely buy seeds, for example. They'll buy, for example, grass, or maybe they'll also buy something to do with gardening, right? Anything to do with gardening. The beauty is you can sell them more products. And I'm going to show you a portfolio of over 1 million products that you can sell to these people in just a second that I've acquired through several different suppliers and all that stuff in just a second. So don't worry about the products. Where do you get these products? I'll solve that for you. But the key point is these are shipped from their location that you desire. So for example, your customer is in the United States, is going to ship from United States. Your customer is from Europe, is going to ship from within Europe, okay? So customers from Canada, same thing. The beauty is it's because it ships within 2 or 3 business days. Walmart is going to accept it. eBay is going to accept it. They do not accept, unfortunately, AliExpress, Alibaba, or one of these Chinese products because it might take 3 weeks, right? So there's no tracking, no information. That's the only restriction that they have, along with a couple other things I'm going to get to in just a second. But other than that, if you can get a supplier from the United States to sell to American eBay.com users or Canada for eBay.ca or whatever it is, you're good to go. You're going to get all the buyers you'll ever need. Here's an example for a dog, a swirl plus a donut dog bed, right? Same product on eBay, you can sell it. Google Shopping, you can sell it. And so basically you're everywhere, right? So when somebody's actually searching for you on Google, you're on the top of it. And when somebody's searching for you on, for example, on eBay, you'll be there. In Walmart, you'll be there. And of course, you'll also be there on Facebook. So as you probably know, Facebook right now, Instagram and Facebook alone, about 80% of social media traffic, right? They control the social media. That's why you get all the premium social media traffic from these platforms. if you combine eBay, you combine Walmart, and you combine even Google, the traffic that they get is a lot more than Amazon by far, right? Including premium buyers, premium traffic. Google alone is a monopoly in search traffic, right? So that means you will literally get all the traffic you'll ever need. Now let's talk about the bigger picture here. How do we make this happen? Like, how do I get a product up on Walmart? How do I get a product up on Google, right? How do I get a product up on Facebook or eBay automatically? You see, I'm not listing these basically manually, okay? That's a key point I want to make here. I could get 1,000 products tomorrow, get listed on Walmart.com. 1,000 products on eBay automatically. I don't have to go manually go list them, or automatically on Google, automatically on Facebook. So to do this, you need 3 things, okay? Let's talk about those 3 things to make it automatic, because who has the time to go manually go list 1,000 products or and so on? You want to use automation, right? And this was not possible before. It's only automation through the last few months only. It was not possible a year ago, for example. Now, you need a website, okay, obviously, because if you don't have a website with the products listed, how are you going to send the traffic to from Facebook, Google, and so on? I'll show you how to do that. Next thing that you need, right, is you need the products, right? Obviously, you need the products with proper markup. I'm going to show you how to get those products. Again, get them from suppliers who are trustworthy. Like if you're going to be selling Scott's, for example, a brand like Scott's, Gillette, and that sort of thing, these are brand names, right? You want to get them from the right sources, and you want to get the right brand names. So the reason why they do so well is because they're spending billions of dollars on advertising, right? You go to a sports event, you go into watch TV, you see these companies spending billions of dollars in advertising. So it's not really that difficult for you to do the marketing or that brand selling, because once they see a product, they're like, oh, it's Scott's, I'm going to buy. Oh, it's Gillette, I'm going to buy. Or whatever it might be, right? The brands sell themselves ultimately. Now, the cool part about this is that you can do this in an automated way. And more importantly, you can do it across thousands, okay? Or even millions of products if you desire eventually, as well in an automated way. Now, the key component here, website, having the products, and the third part is a product feed, okay? The product feed, okay, this is the most important thing a lot of people don't know. It's basically a programming language, if you will, that you're telling these platforms, which is a robot approving your products on eBay, on Walmart, on Google, on Facebook. You're telling these are the products that I have. This is the images for these products. This is the title. This is the description. And also, this is how much inventory is available. And also, this is where it's getting shipped from, right? This information, you have to actually do it in a format different to every platform, right? Walmart will run in a different format. Google will run a different format. Facebook, for example, different format. And eBay as a different format. We've also found that Pinterest and some other ones also have a different format, right? The point is that you have to do that. And it took us over 3 years to figure it out, to bring it into this particular format that is acceptable by all these platforms. Because then it's automated. Because once you can put thousands of products on Walmart and a robot is approving it, not a human being, right? A robot is approving it, because at the end of the day, it's unlimited capacity that Walmart.com has, unlimited capacity that eBay has, and unlimited capacity that Google has, right? So that means at the end of the day, you just have to be up there, right? Ultimately. So now, I'm going to show you how to do this process. I'm going to show you how to automate it. I'm going to show you how to create that product feed, and ultimately even start getting sales right at this end of this webinar. But the key component, though, is all about getting results, right? The last thing I want is to be in this webinar. You're like, oh, that sounds so cool. I'm so excited and all that stuff. And then at the end of this webinar, not have an action plan to follow. So let me make it very simple for you, okay? Today, I'm going to show you how to do this whole process. And more importantly, as well, I'm going to give you all the tools, the training, and I'm going to help you out. My team and I will help you out one-on-one on Skype throughout the whole process on how to set this up, meaning you're guaranteed to be up on Google, for example, guaranteed to have products up on, for instance, eBay. And if you make a profit, you pay us. If you do not make a profit, we don't want a single penny. Is that fair? That means you can pay for it using the profits that you generate. So at least you have a peace of mind and you can implement this without any extra mumbo jumbo stuff. Is that fair? So at least you can pay attention and implement this stuff, okay? Because my goal is, the last thing is, it sounds cool, but you don't have an action plan. What's the point, right? You don't know how to implement this stuff and you're stuck. You're not knowing, okay, how do I progress further? What do I need to do to make it happen? Or get stuck in watching some 30 hours worth of training or all that mumbo jumbo stuff, and then you get stuck, right? And you get pretty much confused throughout the whole process. The last thing I want is that, right? And the beauty is, if you can do it right once, you can do it again and again. But doing that right once is the hardest part, because there's so much information overload, so many distractions. Having somebody personally, maybe in a call, in a screen share, in a chat, whatever it is, in a one-on-one basis, helping you through the process. Okay, do this. Oh, let me do this for you. It's guaranteed to get you to implement things, right? finish from A to Z or Z, whichever part of the world you're in, right? So that means there's no way you're going to fail because at least you're progressing, right? And there's no way you're not going to have these products up and not get traffic and sales. So the bigger question then is, okay, I'm going to help you out with all this stuff. Where do we find these products at wholesale prices? And specifically from suppliers in USA, Canada, Europe, and all that stuff, so that they ship super fast. So let's talk about the manual way. How do we do it? Okay, because my goal is to give you all the resources as I mentioned before. So the manual way to do it, you just go into Google right now and you search wholesale headphones, for example, or wholesale car covers, or wholesale fertilizer spreaders USA, or whatever, right? And you're gonna land into some suppliers who can send this product, and then they can drop ship this product for you, meaning ultimately you don't see the product, touch the product, feel the product, or even have to do anything with the shipping or anything of that stuff. But there's one problem, okay? And I've done this over the last 3 years, and I can tell you with certainty, this is what you're gonna land into 99.5% of the time, right? Based on my statistics, okay? What happens is you're going to get a message like this. This is Pamela. She represents one of the biggest wholesale suppliers for brands like Panasonic, like Gillette, and that sort of thing. So this is what she sent me when I applied to be a drop shipper, or even, for example, an e-commerce seller, right? So we received your request to open an account with us. Please answer the questions, blah, blah, blah. Please know we are not currently taking any drop shippers, nor do we allow the sale of our products by third-party sellers on Amazon or eBay. Thank you for your interest. Now, this is where I want to be transparent with you. This is what you're going to land into. Because if I could just tell you, okay, do this stuff, go get on Google, get for free, get top rankings on Google, get top rankings on Facebook, or get up and running on Walmart and eBay, I'm good. Go ahead, do it. That sounds so easy, but in reality, in practice, you're going to run into some hurdles, right? Like any other business. Now, why is it that Pam, in this case, right, is saying this? This is what took me so much time to understand. So what happens here, and this changed my approval rate from 99.5% to almost 100% the other way around, meaning I got approved 100% of the time, is so what happens is when they go into brands, right, like say Panasonic or Gillette or Scott's or any of these other brands, what happens is that they are offering them a net 30 basis actual sale. So meaning when they take a product from a manufacturer, they actually tell them within 30 days we're going to make a sale, right? If they cannot make a sale within 30 days, they have to pay for that product back to the actual manufacturer. That means if I'm selling products that Pamela's business is doing right now, the wholesale products, she needs to have this product out of the gate as quickly as possible, meaning starting to get sales as quickly as possible. That's the risk, right? If you go in and you don't make a single sale, then what happens is that she's going to basically make it much, much harder for you and for their business. So what they are saying is we don't want you for that reason. So I went in a different pathway. I told Pamela and other people who I've dealt with is I'm going to pay you $3,000 in some cases per month, or in some cases up to $5,000 a month, regardless whether we make a sale or not. Meaning I'm going to pay you that money guaranteed, whether we make a sale or not. If you make a sale, great. If you don't make a sale, even better, you're going to get that $3,000 to $5,000 minimum. That means they don't have to worry about that 30-day inventory stuck period that they're dealing with, right? And now I started getting yeses across the board. Now I was able to do this because I already have good banking references, and my businesses, I've been in this business for over 14 years now, and I've been having a business successful, making 8 figures per year consistently. And right now my business makes about $20,000 a day. So paying that in a month makes nothing, right? So now, over the past about a few months and a couple of years, I've been acquiring over 250 different suppliers, just like this one, with brand name products. And now we have one, if not the largest collection of wholesale products in the whole world right now. Okay, in the US alone, there are millions of products to choose from, and across the world, if you see Canada, Europe, and other places, meaning the suppliers with warehouses in those countries to ship faster, even another million more, right? Millions getting added every single year, and we're consistently keep on adding new ones. But anyway, so this is how it looks like, okay? So this is the platform, okay? And this is something I'm going to give away today for you as well, okay? So you get access to this as well. So this is basically my life's work, right? Where over 300 different suppliers with different types of products and different niches: pet products, camping products, tactical supply products, jewelry, infant toys, consumer electronics like headphones and all this stuff I was telling you, baby products, anything you can imagine, right here. Right now, we are close to 1 million in this US alone, right? United States alone, more than 1 million. And if you add up Europe, Canada, and other countries, another, I think, 600,000 or so. We're adding another few hundred thousands of suppliers very soon in products. But more than the products itself, the people that we are getting involved here, some suppliers might only have 10 products, for example, right? Just 10. But those 10 products are super hot, super well selling like crazy. Here's an example of fertilizer, right? A supplier who does this fertilizer spreader, they only have 5 products, for example, here, right? There's a Chapin a fertilizer spreader, as you can see here, right? It's $126 wholesale price, retail price is $163. Now, at the bare minimum, it retails for $163. But, you know, when you actually go into summer months or certain months, it can go up to $180, $190, right? Now, the reason why this is working so well is these brands are already spending millions of dollars every month on advertising, right? And building their brand. You just have to push it together and automatically have these products being sold by Google, by eBay, by Walmart, and by Facebook, if you will, and other platforms as well. Meaning the traffic issue, the buyers getting customers is super, super easy. And here's another example for dog products. You got dog whistles, you got, for example, dog toys, dog food, anything you imagine, even cats for that matter, doesn't really matter. You have supplements, anything you can imagine. As I said, it's the largest supplier database in the United States at this time. Worldwide too. I have not checked worldwide, but probably they're worldwide too, because we took us a long time to put together. Now you get the inventory amount, meaning how much is available here, supply. You got the SKU information, you got the images, and you have that plus button, okay? You see that plus button right here? That one plus button is where the magic happens. So you press that button, automatically these products will get pushed through the product feed to Google, to Amazon, to Walmart, to Facebook, and of course to ultimately to your website as well, right? And that means with just one button, automatically you're gonna have all these products sent over and start getting traffic from all these platforms, all these sales as well. And the beauty is, it's all behind the scenes. So for you, it shows as a plus button. For us, behind the scenes, it takes years and years of effort to make it happen and customizable. The only thing on your part to make happen is you got to create an account with Walmart, an account with Google, obviously, account with Facebook, account with, for instance, any one of these platforms like eBay, right? Because you got to make the sales, right? You got to connect it to your account. Other than that, once you do that and sign up, and you're good to go. And you just have to follow a certain process. And the beauty is, you can live anywhere in the world and still use this. So for example, you could be in an island in the middle of nowhere in the Caribbean and still sell to the American audience, because all eBay cares, right, is the item location. Is that item in the United States? Is that item, for example, in Canada? So let's say if people go to google.ca in Canada, right? Or google.co.uk in the United Kingdom. Depending on what they're searching, as long as that item is in that country, meaning it's being shipped from that supplier in that country, they're good to go. It doesn't matter where the individual is located who's actually selling that product, right? So that means you could be in the middle of nowhere in an island with no internet connection, if you will. At the end of it, it doesn't really matter, because the item location is what matters with eBay and all these other platforms. So that means if the supplier is willing to ship it from that country, you can reach that audience. You can be in Brazil and sell to America. You could be in Europe and sell to United States, or you can be in United States and sell to European audience, for example. It doesn't really matter, right? And that's the beauty here. Now, here's an example of how you can cash out with this, because I'm getting some questions on this. Okay, that sounds fine. I'm going to make $300 a day, $200 a day here in a consistent basis. That's great. But how do I cash out in the future? Let's talk about pet life, right? This is, a dog bed. Now, there's a profit margin about $12, here, because you're selling about $43 wholesale price, retail price about $55.90. But let's round it off here, okay? Because when you build a website or brand, okay, there's a big benefit here. I'm going to show you what that benefit is. Very, very important, okay? And you need to implement this. So $12 profit margin, let's cut it off and let's make it $10 so that I can simplify this process for you, and then we can round it off and calculate it better. So let's say you're making one sale a day of this one product, okay? Not that difficult, in fact, right? And that's $300 per month in profit, right? So that's about $3,600 per year in profit, right? $3,600 per year in profit for the year. Now, this particular business, if it's as a website and a brand built around it, you can sell it for 4 to 5 times the yearly profit. So in this case, okay, you're gonna be selling this for at least $12,000 to about $14,000, $15,000 or more at the minimum, and get up and running. Now, here's where it gets even better. You don't need to have a history of 3 or 4 or 5 years of sales. You can literally start this today, and let's say you have 1 month's worth of data, meaning you're making $300 per month. You can literally sell it for anywhere between 15 to 20 times the monthly revenue or monthly profit right out of the gate, meaning you can sell this for $3,000 to $4,000 right away. And where do you sell this? Let's talk about that. You can sell it on a website called flippa.com. So this is the cash out strategy, right? Ultimately, because you need some lump sum to generate some revenue quickly, you can do it. So you're not just sitting there making about $300 a month. What's the value in doing that? So here's an example of a website that's selling for $250,000 right now. Now, obviously, that's on the higher end. That would probably take you a few months to get to that level. But you can even sell smaller websites, right? That are brand new websites. They're called starter websites, basically, where they just began maybe 2 weeks ago or maybe a month ago or something like that. Well, these are called starter websites, and you can sell these as well. As I mentioned, they go from a minimum, meaning at the bare minimum, 10 times the monthly profit. So meaning you're making $500 a month, you can sell this for $5,000 immediately, right? Or it can go up to 20 times as well, depending on, again, the niche, the market, the interest in it, and all that stuff. So here's some websites selling for $800,000, $80,000, and so on. Now, specifically, I want to talk about some of these other platforms. You see this one right here that you see on my screen, $4,200, right? It's an e-commerce website and e-commerce platform, $695 per month it's making, and it's selling for $4,000. Now you can go scroll down a little bit further and you can check out some of the other websites and brands out here, right? Which is $1,851 profit per month, and $130,000 is what it's selling for. And this is what you can do. I mean, you can literally do this right now. I personally sold multiple websites for 6 figures. One of my first websites was over a decade ago in this platform. So obviously, you know how old this platform is. Over a decade ago, I sold a website here for 6 figures. My first ever 6 figures that I sold a business for, where I just did this. I just had a business, I set it up, and I sold it just like this. I had a bunch of people bid on it, and then a bunch of people started, actually bidding on it, and one person ended up winning it, and one person ended up paying me just over 6 figures, about $104,000 or so, and bought that business. And the beauty is, once you do this, you can go and buy another business, or you can actually set up another business and sell another business, right? Meaning you can set up another business, and then you can do it again and again and again, because you have millions of products, remember, right? So if it's only one niche, like say a dog bed or whatever, you can go and do it in other niches and that sort of thing. And the beauty of this process is, right, because you can do unlimited businesses, your profit potential is also unlimited, right, ultimately. And the way you do this is you set it up correctly the first time around, and then you clone it again and again. And what I've done over the years, which is where every time I've needed profit, right, like every time I needed to make some revenue, and I've been doing this since the very beginning. And you know, right, if you're put into the corner, right, like if I put you to the corner and I say, like, you got to generate $2,000 as soon as possible, right? You got to do it, and you got to do it with no spending on traffic, no investment, and so on. This is what I do. So what you do is just list one of these businesses, right? And then let's say you put it up for sale, and then you got 30 people bidding on it. Flippa gets millions of buyers, right? So 30 people have bid on it, let's say, and one person ended up winning this bid, right? One person ended up winning this business, and similar to like an auction system, right? Now, 20 people bid on it though, so 19 people end up losing it. You can actually message all those 19 people, and you can tell them, hey, look, I can build another dog bed website or whatever with products similar to this, and I'm going to sell it to you at 80% less, for example, 80% of the cost of what this other business was. And you would not believe how many people are interested, because FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. So when people are interested in something and they miss out with a few dollars, right? They end up going to buy something similar to it. And it's going to take you a few minutes to set this up. I'll show you how to set it up in just a second. But just take a few minutes to set it up. That means in just a few minutes, you could immediately start making a few $1,000s for every single sale that you make. Very, very powerful, right? Because now, you don't have to worry about, for example, product creation, traffic generation, print on demand, Amazon, or Chinese suppliers, corporate formation, reseller certificates, minimum order quantities, which is a big hassle when you have to order 500 units, 10,000 units or something, or minimum order quantity of like 300 units or something. In order to live in the United States, Canada, Europe, or whatever, you can sell these customers from anywhere in the world. And this adds up very, very quickly simply because of the idea of how you're reaching these audiences, right? You're reaching these audiences across the globe ultimately. And this way you can just wave all your traffic where it's goodbye forever, because you can sell your products for free, right? From anywhere in the world, right? Where you can sell your products for free with Google Shopping and, for example, Facebook Shops and Walmart, eBay and other platforms. Sell directly, and you can automatically start getting sales from millions of potential customers, right? People don't go to eBay to search for something. People don't go to Walmart to search. They go to buy, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's as simple as that. And you can directly list your products on Walmart as a third-party seller doing this process. And again, let me ask you this question, right? Do you see yourself where you know somebody or you know some friends of yours or some clients of yours where they would love to actually get their products featured on Google, right? Top rankings on Google for their products. Type in yes in chat box where you can have those people have their product listed on eBay, Facebook, for example, on Google, top rankings for free permanently, right? Or on Walmart. Of course, right? Every one of us knows somebody who would take advantage of it. Now, the way you take advantage of it and make a profit out of it, and we've done it, many people have taught this to have done it as well, is we have something called a client invoicing system, okay? What this client invoicing system does is basically works like this. You set up a deal with the person saying, hey, look, I'm going to do this process. I'm going to get you the sales. You pay me 10% of every sale that I generate for you, right? And Google is generating the sales. eBay is generating the sales. You're not doing anything to generate the sales, right? Which for a lot of people is the hardest part. So then once the sale is made, automatically an invoice is generated, okay? And that invoice, once generated, you can pass on to the actual end, that business that you're working with as an agency or a consultant. And then they will actually pay you a percentage, or you can even collect the payment and then you pay them that 90%, you keep the 10%. It works both ways. And it's all automated with the invoicing system because it tracks everything perfectly. And you can also manage, track, and analyze every single aspect of Google Analytics integration, Pixel Manager integration, all that advanced stuff, right? Because retargeting is very, very powerful, as you can imagine, right? Retargeting is the most powerful thing because that's where the real money is made. Every single screenshot that you see for Facebook ads or Google or whatever, most of those people actually generate their revenue from retargeting, not actually from running ads just blindly, right? And you can do this process as well pretty quickly. And this is why it is so powerful, because of the fact that you can multiply it and scale up infinitely here. Now, before, to make this possible, you had to use Shopify, right? Like Shopify and some of these other e-commerce platforms. Shopify, for example, costs $79 a month, right? And I think that's for one website. If you have all the bells and whistles, let's say you want all that stuff, you can cost you $200 a month or more. Here, that's for one website. Here you can build unlimited websites, no Shopify, none of that mumbo jumbo stuff. No need to worry about Shopify ever again. Okay, it's all done. And we handle everything behind the scenes. So you're gonna get the technology that is better than Shopify, because you're going to get SSL certificates for free, which is important to get that lock. And also Google Shopping, eBay, Walmart, for the product feed, they need an SSL certificate. We're going to give it to you for free for unlimited domains or unlimited websites of yours, okay? So that means you don't have to pay any monthly fees, yearly fees, or anything for the SSL certificate. Costs about roughly, I think, $20 or $10 to $20 a year. You can get that for unlimited amount of websites of yours. Again, very powerful, very profitable for you to do so in the proper channels, and very important when you're doing these actual product feeds and that sort of thing, right? Now, what kind of websites are we talking like? What some niches that you can create? And let's talk about that right now so you get a better idea. What are some niches that you can do? What are some niches that you can follow along with? And so on and so forth. So here's an example. This is, for example, baby goods, right? And again, these are all designs and everything are done. So you don't have to do any of the design work, no programming skills, nothing. Everything is automated. You see the sliders, the images, all that stuff is pre-done. You press one button and the designs are set up. You press another button, all the products are set up right here. You see all these products are from our supplier database. That means you don't have to pay Shopify any extra money, right? Everything is automated. And thirdly, this is even better part. You see when you're going to the categories and the currency and all that stuff, everything else is set up as well. You just connect it with your PayPal, Stripe, or 40 different payment processors. I'll get to that in just a bit. And even cash on delivery if you wish. And here's an example of, for example, gift baskets, right? A lot of people love giving away gift baskets for Valentine's Day, holiday season, summertime, Easter. You get the idea. Birthdays, right? Anniversaries. Every single product here is also from our supplier database. And as you can imagine here, the markups are already preset. Generally, for branded products, the markups are about 30 to 50%. So let's say a Gillette, or let's say one of these big brands, right? Burt's Bees and that sort of stuff, you're looking at about 30 to 50% margins. For unknown brands, some newer brands, you're looking at up to 200% profit margin. Okay, just want to be clear, because a brand, obviously the margins will be lower because the brand spent billions of dollars to acquire that brand, right? So now the same thing applies across the web, right? So you have the products. You don't have to pay any monthly fees with Shopify ever, and you don't have to be stuck with one website or whatever. You can build unlimited websites, unlimited product feeds, and you can also do unlimited amount of actual Google Shopping listings or eBay listings or Walmart listings or Facebook listings, right? Which is going to give you phenomenal flexibility on what you can achieve, what you can do. Again, very, very powerful. And another important aspect of this is this aspect, which is right? Google Page Speed Insights, okay? Now, this is basically where with mobile traffic these days, it's very important that your websites and your product feeds load up super, super fast, right? Now, with this, with Shopify stores, right? Because Shopify has millions of websites, they have to load the same data across all millions of websites. So they have a score of 30, which is as good as poor, right? And with our platform, you're going to get a score of 85. Why? Because we don't load all this clunky stuff that Shopify loads. When a website is loaded for you and a product feed is set up for you, it's actually going to not load a millions of other websites data or files or CSS or all that JavaScript and all that mumbo jumbo stuff. Ultimately, it's going to speed up the process, right? It's going to quickly load up these things in just a few seconds, and every second counts, by the way, right? Every second, when it comes to mobile devices, every second matters, and this is what a lot of people don't realize. And you're going to have websites loading fast in mobile devices, so you're going to get sales faster than ever before and better than any other platform out there. And then on top of that, you also have this, which is basically the e-com email marketing platform. So dynamic coupons, product recommendations, abandoned cart emails, related item emails, anything you can imagine in one place. Okay, so that means you don't have to spend any extra money with email marketing apps like MailChimp or Klaviyo or whatever. Everything is built in. We're going to do all the deliverability of emails for you. You don't have to spend a single penny on email marketing ever again. And you also have, obviously, the payment gateway system, which means 40 different payments. We actually keep adding new ones, depending on which part of the world you're in, right? Stripe, PayPal, anything you can imagine is integrated here, 40 different payment options. So you're not stuck with one payment option. You collect the payment, and then automatically the fulfillment of the products is also done by us. So that means you don't have to go manually enter your shipping details of your customers, any of that stuff. The fulfillment is automated. So that means immediately after something is set up, you make a sale, the actual supplier ships it automatically, okay? Imagine you make thousands of sales every day. The only way to do it is automatically, right? So it makes it much more powerful, much more profitable for you as well on how to get this done. Now, all these product feeds and businesses and everything else are hosted on Google's award-winning cloud platform, okay? Now, as you can see here, just in the last month alone, I've spent over close to $20,000 a month just to host these product feeds, because imagine millions of products that you have to keep pushing and keep listing in these places that have to auto-update. Imagine that. Like, imagine a supplier gets added with millions of products. Now you have to keep updating the inventory. You got to keep updating the images of that product. You got to keep updating all that information. You need a rock solid server. And the only one we found is Google's own. And you don't have to pay tens of thousands of dollars. We pay on your behalf. And that means you never run short of scalability, right? That means Google is never going to go down because they have the scale with YouTube, Google. Your websites or product feeds are going to be hosted in the same servers as in California, where actually Google.com, YouTube.com, and all these other websites are hosted, which also gets you top rankings with Google Shopping. One of their great advantages of it, because they know that it's hosted in their servers. So when you actually list your products up in Google Shops, it's going to be faster approved, right? Obviously, because they know it's not going to crash at any time. And the beauty is no limits. You can create unlimited websites, unlimited product feeds, and you can use unlimited of our products. You can even bring in your own products if you will, and we will handle this actual product feed creation, get them up on Google, get them up on eBay, get them up on Walmart, get them up on Facebook and all the other platforms for you. That means you have potentially billions of products from any other supplier. You can connect to us, or you can bring in any other business you can bring in and automatically have them up within a few hours on Google, on eBay, and that sort of thing. And you can do unlimited amount of time. So that means there's no limits. You never have to worry about, okay, I did this one website in the pet industry. I wish I could have done it in another industry. Well, you don't have to worry about that. Oh, I'm going to do one in a niche that I'm passionate about, but I also want to do one which is generic, which is going to have all types of products, right? Well, we're going to help you with that as well. We're going to also tell you what products are hot, what's not doing well. So you can create a generic website as well, up to you. And you can do unlimited amount of websites, so you don't have to worry about that bottleneck, right? And it's the most powerful system out there because it's designed to get you results in record speed, right? Because you have people selling it for $300, $500 without even making a single sale, okay? Literally, they can be up right now after this webinar, set it up in a couple of hours, and immediately, even if they didn't make a single sale, they'll actually sell it on flipper.com for $300 to $500 because people want this stuff, right? They don't have to pay a designer $30 an hour. They don't have to do all that mumbo jumbo stuff. Now, this platform is called the Wholesale Robot. It's been up for about a few months. So what you're getting is actually the most perfected system with hundreds and hundreds of customer testimonials, hundreds and hundreds of results that we've actually gotten over the past few months, and we've improved it to a level where it works right out of the gate, right? I'm going to give you this platform, right? Now, what if I gave you this platform and not just give you the platform, I'm going to help you, coach you, and train you one-on-one on Skype. Not just me, I'm going to give you my whole team to help you one-on-one on Skype, whether it's a screen share call or whatever, to help you succeed with this. That means if you succeed, we get paid. If you don't get succeed, as I said, the idea is that you pay for it using the profits that you generate, right? Would you be in? I'm seeing a lot of people saying yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Now, there's one thing, however, that I want to make mention of, right? Thing is that we've done it where before we give something for free and you would say, show up on our Skype mentorship calls, show up on our actual one-on-one assistance calls, and people don't show up because they're not serious about success, right? To ensure, right, that you're serious and to ensure that you actually show up and to ensure you have some skin in the game, we want to actually ask you for a small pitch-in fee, okay? Now, this pitch-in fee is 100% refundable. That means I'm not going to touch it. My team is not going to touch it for 30 full days. If you get results, that's great. You can pay for this whole platform thereafter. If you do not get any results, we don't want a single penny, okay? We're going to give you that pitch-in fee back 100%. Now, this platform, just so you understand, is not like a Facebook advertising course or an e-commerce course or whatever where you're selling you Shopify or something. It's actually a fully all-inclusive platform, meaning you don't have to buy anything else extra, right? And we could easily sell this for $2,000, and we've sold it for $2,000 easily and tagged on to a hefty monthly fee thereafter, like Shopify does $97 a month and that sort of thing. But that's not going to be fair, right? Because if you make a profit, you're going to definitely pay for it using the profits that you generate. So what I want to do is we've created a very simple payment plan with a small pitch-in fee that will come up front. And that is completely 100% refundable, okay? That means if you don't get any results within 30 days and we don't do our job helping you out, that's fine. You leave, you get every single penny back. Now, only for this webinar, we have a special link, and you're going to be getting that special link at that pitch-in fee. And that pitch-in fee is just $97 today, okay? And that's for 30 full days. Try it out. Let's see if it's going to help you out. If it's going to help you out, great. If it doesn't help you out, even better. You got an education of a lifetime. You got that $107 back as well. This is only to show your skin in the game, to show that you're serious, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to be wasting my time waiting for a one-on-one call with you, and then you don't show up. It's going to be not worth your time, and you're taking up somebody else's space, right? Somebody else could have benefited by showing up. That's the reason why we want to do this for you.
The link is wholesalerobot.io/LIVE live. wholesalerobot.io/live. I posted the link in the chat box as well, so you can click on it. Nobody else gets access to it, especially that $97 pitch-in fee. And of course, which comes with one-on-one unlimited assistance on Skype to get you, to coach you, mentor you, and get you to the finish line. And that is ridiculous because just on an hourly basis alone, I charge anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 myself, and my team members, they charge anywhere between $40 to $50 an hour. So imagine that if you're spending 30 minutes an hour every day with you, that's time that basically we never get back from you if you decide to leave and get every single penny back, because there's zero risk on your part. That's what you're getting at wholesalerobot.io/LIVE live. And also, because of the no question at 30-day money back guarantee, there's zero risk on your part. And you can use the PayPal credit option in the checkout page, where basically you go to the page, check out, use your PayPal credentials. If you're in the United States or United Kingdom, you can use the PayPal credit option. It's going to activate for you, which effectively means for close to 5 to 6 full months, there'll be no payments, no interest. If in the United Kingdom, it's about 3 months. In the United States, it's about 5 to 6 months. That means effectively you're getting it for free today. And once you get an ROI out of this, in 5 months, you can pay it back, and it doesn't even cost any interest for you, which is a huge benefit for you not to basically at least give it a try, right? You got to try it out because of this fact that because I want to give you every single opportunity to succeed and every single reason to get in. So go there right now. I also posted the link in the chat box so you can click on it. And of course, you can keep posting your questions. I'll be personally answering them in the chat box as well for you.
The $497 is slightly cheaper, but at the end of the day, you're going to get the same high-level white glove treatment regardless of what you pick. The only thing I want to mention here is the importance of what you're getting here, okay? The pitch-in fee that you're putting is fully refundable, okay? 100% refundable. That means 30 full days, no questions asked. So tomorrow you change your mind, it's not for you, you get every single penny back. All I'm asking you is try it out. And once this whole COVID-19 thing goes out of the way over the next few months or a year or a couple of years, you're going to be kicking yourself because Google is not going to just allow you to sell any products for free in their platform and get you free rankings, right?
It's not in their best interest to do it. They're just doing it because they want all these businesses to come in because of the COVID-19 stuff. That's not going to happen forever. I'm telling you, based on the history that I've been in, it's going to probably be gone in about a year and a half or so. If you don't take advantage of it, you're going to be kicking yourself. Trust me, it's just a fact, right? Same thing with eBay, same thing with Walmart, same thing with Facebook. It's a fact. Because they all want to beat Amazon now, and they're also wanting to grow, and they want to provide this incentive to get people in. And that's your unfair advantage. If you don't get these kind of edge, this kind of advantage, the only way you're going to succeed is to throw money at Facebook ads or Google ads. And that's the last thing you want to do right now. Because if you spend $1,000 and you don't get any ROI back, you're going to quit, right? Now, on top of that, what makes this even better for you, and it's important, is you don't have to prove a single thing to me or my team, okay? Let us prove to you that this works. If it works, awesome. We will deserve some money for helping you out and for generating your profits. If it doesn't work, it's fine. We didn't do our job. We will suck it up, and we will, you get every single penny back. It's our fault, right? That way, we are actually the ones who are going to be pressured. We are the ones who are taking the risk to work hard to get your results, okay? My team and I. And whether you use it long-term, you don't use it long-term, at the end of the day, you know for a fact that our neck is on the line to get your results. Nobody else can make that commitment to you. The only reason why I can make that commitment to you is because we have hundreds and hundreds of success stories. We've had people from around the world do this, so we have actual data points where we can actually help you with exactly what they're doing, and we can actually guide you through the process. So that means we know somebody in Australia, what they did to succeed. So if you're from Australia, we know exactly what you need to do to succeed. We know people from United Kingdom or Germany and Netherlands, that sort of thing. We know exactly what they did, so we can help you out. We had people from Brazil specifically do a certain way and succeed, so we know exactly, if you're from Brazil, how to help you. Same thing if you're in the United States or Canada, we know exactly how we can assist you through getting results, because we have the data points. We have people from all around the world doing this, so we know, okay, this person did it just a couple of months ago from Brazil, they did this, they got success. This person from United States, from, for example, Ohio, United States, they did it because they're in the Midwest, they did this process, they succeeded. Well, somebody else from the Midwest, so maybe you're from Mississippi, you're from Kansas, you're from wherever around that part, right? Wisconsin or whatever, or Michigan. And we know exactly what works for you, right? Because we have people from all these other places succeeding. And the beauty is, not just that, I'm going to also put you into my Skype mentorship group, where not just a one-on-one assistance on Skype that we provide you, Mondays and Fridays, right? Every Monday and Friday, we actually do an office hours training. You can come in and you can interact with us, ask any questions, and my team and I will be answering any question you have and going in depth in some campaigns for you. So any campaigns you want us to monitor for you, any successful campaigns of other students of ours, what they're doing. And we've been doing this for the last couple of years now. We plan to do this for another 3 years. That's for free. And even if you leave this platform, I'm going to keep you in that mentorship group, and you can interact with like-minded entrepreneurs like yourself, and you can join in this weekly office hours training. And that's going to be there for many years. So that means you don't have to buy another Facebook ads course. You don't have to buy another, eBay or course or e-commerce course or any of that mumbo jumbo stuff. All the courses, all the training you ever need is in one place. And again, as I say, even if you leave, I'm going to keep you in that group, because my goal is for you to not be overwhelmed with information overload, but to get all the training you'll ever need in one place. Okay? And the best part is, unlike other so-called gurus or doofuses out there, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to say, hey, you used our proprietary technology, and because of it, the fact that you spent our resources for my team, the hosting costs, the product feed costs, the development of the software, the maintenance of the software costs, oh, we are going to not give you every single penny back because you used our technology. No. If it works for you, pay for it. If it doesn't work for you, I don't want a single penny. We don't deserve it at the end of the day, right? And at the same way, again, I'm not even going to say where, you didn't spend a single hour of your time, you didn't try it out, it didn't work for you because of that, because of the fact that you didn't implement anything, I'm not going to give you every single penny back. Well, if you didn't implement anything, it's our fault, right? It's probably because we didn't spend the time on Skype with you one-on-one to force you to succeed. We were not accountable for your success, right? It's not like we were actually forcing you to succeed. It's like maybe if we ignored you enough that you got overwhelmed with 30 hours worth of training, it's a members portal, right? That's the reason why you failed, because that's our fault. That's not your fault that you were trying to get something and you invested your money into something and you wanted to try something and you couldn't have the exact focus or maybe even the direction on how to implement something. That's not your fault, right? It's our fault. It's my fault actually, because I haven't done enough to get you to move from step A to step B, right? And even though the process is easy, at the end of the day, it needs some steps to follow. And the only way you're going to do that in your own pace is to have somebody guide you through the process, right? Now, what's the catch here? Okay, you might be asking, what's the catch? There's only one catch here, okay? Okay, the only catch is this is only for the first 25 people that we can give that one-on-one assistance on Skype, okay? So to be eligible to be that one of the first 25 people, I need to post a transaction ID in the chat box, okay? So please do that. If you already got it as well, please post your transaction. I've seen some people posting it already. I'm going to manually confirm for the first 25 people in this webinar. And the reason why I have to do it, I wish I could give it to everybody because the time is the most limited asset, right? In a given day, maybe I have 8 productive hours in a day. I have a business to run. My team, even how big there is, we have like 8 productive hours in a day. So if you're spending 30 minutes each day with you or an hour each day with you, or whatever it is, that hour is not going to come back ever again. That 30 minutes will never come back to us ever again, right? So that means there's a limited amount of people that we can help out. It's just a fact, right? I wish we could give it to everybody, but at the end of the day, because it's undivided attention to you, right? If it's actually one-on-one, it's undivided attention. It's not like a Facebook group where you have hundreds of other people, somebody goes live, trains you, and then after that 1 hour, if you couldn't show up for it, you missed out, right? Or if you were busy, you couldn't show up, your schedule didn't match, your time zone didn't match, you missed out. And while somebody else who has more time than you, they'll always benefit more because they can ask questions live and all that stuff, while you miss out, right? Here, it's one-on-one with you, okay? And you're willing to accommodate your schedule, right? We even sometimes go on Saturdays to help you out because we know sometimes people are busy on weekdays, so we'll help often accommodate you on a Saturday as well. Sometimes some people have maybe a Wednesday available or a Thursday available, 1 day a week. We can accommodate that 1 day for you. And that way it's undivided attention to you and undivided attention to help you succeed, okay? And I want to be very clear here so you understand. Why are we doing with Skype? Well, because Skype, you can do a call, screen share, it's for free. And also it's backed by Microsoft, which is, $1 trillion company, right? And they're not going anywhere. And also because you can do chat and all that stuff. It's a free platform. You don't have to pay any recurring subscription like with Zoom and that sort of thing. It's one-on-one, it's undivided attention to you as well. Now, the other thing is I'm seeing you posting a transaction and people saying, how do I get access to stuff? How do I get up and running with my first, success call and also one-on-one assistance? I'll get to that in just a second. I just want you to understand, please post your transaction. It's important, it's required that you post because I only want to give one-on-one assistance in Skype to people who actually post the transaction today because we can track how many we can handle. And that's the reason why it's sold out everywhere, right? You want to get this platform right now, it's sold out everywhere. You can't get it even when you try. It's only available when we can take more spots in. That's the only way we can sustain it, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day. So post a transaction again. I'm going to manually actually confirm your first 25 people to be eligible to get one-on-one assistance in Skype until you succeed. Let me repeat that again. Until you succeed. It's not going to be for the first 30 days. It's not going to be for the first 4 sessions. It's not going to be whatever. Maybe success to you is $20,000 a month. Maybe success to you is $3,000 a month. Maybe success to you is maybe $30,000 a year. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you desire to do until you succeed. And that's going to be our goal. That's going to be our success, our actual motto, if you will, to help you out. And we've seen incredible success with this because, I'll explain to you right now as an example. So you go into the members area right now. This is how it looks like once you get in. You see that right underneath my welcome video that I created for you. You have right here, right underneath it, schedule your complimentary one-on-one success call, right? So this is where you can book that one-on-one success call, okay? Right here in this section, okay? Now that means you can book it up, you can set the time, the date that's going to work out for you, and from there we can do everything else for you. So meaning right away you can get up and running, can book it. And then right below you see that mentorship group where you can join our weekly office hours training every step of the way, and we'll help you guide through the process. Now, the beauty is you are stuck. Sometimes what happens is you're so excited by something. You're like, wow, I can sell my products on Walmart. I can sell my products on Google Shopping. I can sell my products on eBay. I can sell my products up on Facebook for free, meaning I can get free traffic, free buyers. Well, that sounds so awesome. You come in, you're excited, and you leave, right? Nothing ever happens. And then somebody else does it and they get success, and then you'll get left behind. Or oftentimes you'll buy a course on it and you're going to land on a page like this. So we have step-by-step training throughout the process here, right? Like for example, you see basic stuff like 3 minutes of how do you change the home slider on your website? How to add your own currency? How do you change different, for example, payment options? How do you add it? How do you make your website GDPR compatible? How do you add sales taxes if that's what you want to do? We integrate with tax cloud, so it's automatic anyways. Do not worry about it. Basic stuff, right? Now, the problem is when you see this, you're going to get overwhelmed, right? And I've seen this happen before. You probably already agree with me on this, right? You're going to get overwhelmed when you see something like this, right? Where you have tons and tons of this training to go through and you give up, right? Because it's too overwhelming. Now, if you just book that one-on-one assistance in Skype, let us give you a path to follow, right? At least we'll get to know you better. and we're going to say, hey, what's your skill level? Are you technically skilled? Oh, if you're technically skilled, go to the step and you're good to go. Oh, you're not technically skilled? Okay, we'll help you through every step of the process. Sometimes instead of waiting for 2 days to receive a response on a help desk, right? Maybe and then that person responds back to you, doesn't answer your question. It takes you 2 more days to get a response. That's like 4 days, and that may not even solve it. And then the weekend comes, so 1 week got wasted for an issue you could have solved on Skype in just maybe 5 minutes or 2 minutes for that matter, right? That's why it's so powerful. That's why we get such high success stories. It's as simple as that at the end of the day, right? And information overload is the hardest thing to overcome out there, because there's so many things you can do. There's so many different ways to do, but it all comes down to simple stuff. And let me explain that simple stuff with you, right? Simple stuff is you gotta focus on traffic generation. You gotta focus on, at the end of the day, conversion, meaning getting sales, and you gotta focus on profit generation. It's as simple as that. If you can get traffic, you can get sales, and you can generate a profit out of it. That's what online business is all about, right? Now, here are the kind of businesses you can build. Automotive goods is one of them here, right? And this one was built in a couple of minutes, so you can activate it right away. You can have all this is fishing goods right here. Again, all the design elements, everything is done, okay? You don't have to do anything. You just pick the products you want in there. And you can also do generic stuff. And everything is modifiable in the admin dashboard behind the scenes in the back office, okay? And you can see this stuff right here. As you can see here, this is luggage, right? Based stuff. Then you have dog stuff. You have dog beds, right? For example, puppy toys, whatever you can imagine. There's tons and tons of different niches that you can pick. And all the bells and whistles are included, like the e-commerce modules, the abandoned cart modules, the email marketing modules. For example, you see that notification module in the bottom. If any discounts you're running, we have spin the wheel. Anything you can imagine that you'd have to pay a subscription fee or another app on Shopify or other platforms are all included for free. So again, the goal is not for you to buy another e-commerce app, another e-commerce training, or another sales training or traffic generation training. Everything else is included in one place. Here's gift baskets, for example. And you don't have to rely on these niches, by the way. These are just guides for you to go through. You can modify it across the board, and you can change it to your heart's desire. The ultimate point that we are trying to make here, and that I'm trying to make here, is you got to start somewhere, right? To where you got to start is where you get an edge. Where you're going to get an edge is you have a product that is already going to sell regardless of what you do. Like, for example, this is stun guns, pepper sprays, self-defense stuff, right? And tasers and that sort of thing. There's a market for this stuff. There are people who are going to pay you money for this stuff, right? Now, where are you going to find them? I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to find them on Google. You're going to be finding them on Facebook because they dominate the search engine and the social media place. You're going to find them on eBay. You're going to find them on Walmart and all these other platforms, right? And once you get them as a customer, you got them set, because when they pay you money, you got them as a customer. You have their retargeting audiences, so you can reach them through other mediums. And this is how you build a business, right? If you can understand how to build a business that will keep working for you long term, then at the end of the day, you can replicate it. Meaning I can duplicate this exact same thing and do it multiple times over. And once you sell this business, by the way, you just have to hand over the admin dashboard. We handle the web hosting for that person, the support for that end customer you sell this. So let's say you want to sell this makeup goods store, right? And the makeup goods platform to your end customer. We handle the customer support. We handle it. You just hand over the admin dashboard login for them once you sell this business. We handle everything else. So you can go move on, do something else completely. And because of the fact that there's no monthly hosting cost, people will jump on it and buy it from you just on that one thing alone, right? And the fact that, you don't have to handle any of that mumbo jumbo stuff behind the scenes, it's even better. Again, you got to post a transaction in chat box. I'm confirming them into chat box while we are doing it right now. I cannot guarantee you once you come in. Well, you can come in about a week from now and buy. Only thing is the one-on-one assistance Skype will not be available. I just want to be clear. There's only minimum amount of people we can help out. And time is the limited asset. Here's an example for Burt's Bees here. As you can see, it's a very well-known brand for lip balms and that sort of thing, right? So as you can see here, this product right here, all of them are well-known brands. If they're not well-known brands, they're pretty best-selling products in their own industries. As I said, over 1 million products in the United States alone. And if you see across the world, probably another 600 to 700,000. We're adding more of them every day. And the more important thing, as I mentioned, is what we are focusing on now is not just the amount of products, because we are the highest amount of products in the whole world right now. But what we are focusing on is quality, right? There are certain suppliers who do handcrafts, right? Like they hand make certain soaps, right? Like, for example, beeswax soap, for example, does really, really well. American made. And then they do really well. That's a supplier we integrate with. They only have 10 products. That's it. but we integrate with that supplier, for example. And there's margins are great. People love the product. The quality of product is good because it's made by an individual. Maybe a mom and pop store makes it, right? Maybe a family makes it, and they've only been making it for the last 2 or 3 years. A brand new small business, and so the quality is there, right? The love is there for that product, so it sells so well, and you get great customer feedback as well. And here's an example for, as you can see here, right? These are toy cars, right? And we have these as well. Every single product that you're seeing right now is all from our supply network. Okay. And by the way, okay, again, we can do that in writing, but every product that comes in directly gets pushed over from our supplier. We don't meddle with the pricing. We don't meddle with anything in the middle, because there's no way for us to do it either. Because when we get the product feed that we create, we have to get the actual accurate information from the supplier, right? That's the only way it's going to work. So that's the reason why we have to do it the way we do it, where it's automatically. So if a supplier says inventory is down by 10 units, we have to update it. If the supplier changes their pricing, if they lower a price based on a season or whatever, we update it for you automatically, and that sort of thing. Everything is pretty much automated. You got to look at everything as an advantage or an edge, okay? No matter what people tell you out there, the successful people get an edge, okay? They will take advantage of every single opportunity that's available for them, every single edge. Of course, that has to be legal and ethical. The edge that you're getting here for the first time ever in the last 14 years that I've been in this, happened maybe a couple of times, right? In the last 14 years that I've been doing this stuff full time. So that means, think of it this way. You got to wait for another 5 years to get an edge, where Google will give you free rankings, okay? Literally in a few hours, where you're going to get Facebook to feature your products for free in their Facebook Shops platform for free. They have no incentive to do this normally. They're doing this because of COVID-19, the pandemic, and also because to benefit themselves long term, because they're going to get more people in their platform, right, than going to their competitors. It's survival of the fittest. They also know that. And at the end of the day, if you go beyond that as well, you're going to Walmart, you're going to eBay. These platforms are all competing with Amazon right now, so they want to give you an edge. They want to give you a benefit that they would not do normally. They would never do it maybe a couple of years from now. I'm guaranteeing you that. So at the very least, whether you get in or not, it doesn't matter for me. You go get Shopify, get whatever. Please do this. Implement this, okay? It's going to make a great difference for you. The last thing I want is you like, oh, it sounds great. I'm going to go jump in. I know now I'm going to get free rankings on Google quickly for any product, and it's free. I'm going to do this for Facebook and so on, and then not do it because it sounded too cool, but in principle, it was a lot more difficult when you're implementing it. That's the reason why we're putting that one-on-one assistance in Skype, because I know with that, there's no excuse on your part not to implement it. No matter how difficult or easy it is, for me, it might be easy, for you, it might be difficult, right? It's going to be easy for you to implement. But please take advantage of this, okay? Otherwise, you're going to be waiting for another 3 or 5 years to get an opportunity like this. And Google is never, okay, going to be giving free rankings for products literally overnight, just like this. Again, I can tell you that for a fact. Same thing with all these other platforms. They're doing this, again, for their benefit long term. And they promise that every listing that you get in with Google or eBay or Walmart or Facebook is grandfathered in permanently, okay? That means you get in now, it's permanent. So somebody else comes in and they have to pay money in the future, you don't have to. That's what they're promised. Now that means you can take advantage of it, right? And it's unlimited too. It's not like the first 10, first 5 or whatever. So that means also, it's in unlimited scale. So you can focus your time on getting thousands of products in there, potentially tens of thousands of products too if you need it, right? And you don't have to you don't have to worry about just a few. That means the profit potential is also unlimited, right? So take advantage of it. We're talking about 2021. You want to make this year the best year ever, you have to do a strong start. There's no excuse on your part, right? And make it count. You don't want to have it where you come back again the next year and nothing has happened, right? So that's all I'm trying to make a point here and make that progress. So in next week, at least if you got some products up on Google, that's a major success, because that's better than you struggling to generate traffic, struggling to build a list, or struggling to get an audience, or struggling to make a sale, right? You've done more than most people will ever do to get closer to traffic and getting sales, right? Ultimately, it's as simple as that. And that's what we can help you do. So, right? So that's the major thing I want to make it clear to you. So that said, okay, you've been on this webinar, so I really do appreciate your time for being here. And I really do appreciate every single person to join in. And of course, you can post any questions you have in the chat box as well. I'll be happy to assist you in the next couple of minutes. But beyond that as well, I want to be very clear and say, appreciate each and every one of you trying in. I look forward to seeing you in our one-on-one Skype sessions, our office hours training on Mondays and Fridays every week. For the next few years, we plan on doing it for free, okay? And I look forward to seeing you there live as well, and some other live events that we have available for you. So looking forward to getting to know you better, getting in touch with you, and hopefully I can do my best to help you get you to where you need to go, okay?
and reach your goals. And I'll do my very best. I can promise you that. And if not, don't worry. I don't want a single penny for that if you don't get your results, okay? So that said, have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. I wish you all the best. I wish you good luck. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. Have a good day, folks.